Number 10 is called Akudama Drive, and it is about a great civil war that ravaged Japan many years ago and that divided the country between two regions, Kansai and Kanto. In Kansai, a group of 6 Akudama carries out missions given to them by a mysterious black cat, while evading the police. But a dangerous journey is about to unfold when a civilian girl becomes twisted in the Akudama's way of life and witnesses their criminal drives. The core of the story is centered on the Akudama. In this story, Akudama can be interpreted as a mercenary who moves in the shadows. One day there is a mysterious message calling some Akudama to save people from public execution. This show has nice visual and cool action that will leave you breathless. Number 9 is called Darwin Game, and it is about Kaname Sudo, who is an ordinary high school student who receives an invitation email to try a mysterious app called Darwin's Game. Kaname, upon launching the app, is drawn into a game where players fight one another using superpowers called sigils. Without knowing the reason for all this, can Kaname survive furious battles against the powerful players who attack him? This show has a good quality of action, and some people like it, and some do not. But you will not regret watching this anime. Number 8 is called Heaven's Official Blessing, and it's about Zilian, the crown prince of Xion. The kingdom successfully ascends to heaven during his third trial despite successive demotions. But, Z accidentally shatters the gold palace of heavenly officials. With no humans worshipping him, Zilian has to descend to the secular world to exorcise ghosts, which may help him sustain his divinity. During the adventure, Z encounters 2 heavenly officials and a mysterious young man in red. For as a team, they experience lots of unreal and bizarre events and gradually get to know the dark past of the seemingly glamorous heaven. Although this anime is Chinese, it has good action, and the animation quality is good, and you will enjoy watching this anime. Number 7 is called Sword Art Online, Alicization, War of Underworld 2nd Season, and it is based on the famous VR game. This anime season picks up for the 2nd day of the final stress test. The Army of Darkness, driven to desperation by the coordinated onslaught at the hands of the Integrity Knights, has begun to retaliate with incredibly reckless tactics. Critter, who had been observing the events of the underworld from the outside, has successfully reinforced the forces of the Army of Darkness. Asuna, who was unable to deal with this pressure, begins to skin into despair. But all is not lost. 2 new deities of the underworld will descend to lend their aid, the Blazing White Soulless and the Earth Mother Terraria. And the ones in possession of these super accounts are none other than Sainon and Lifa. This anime is worth watching because it has very good action scenes, and the story develops very carefully. Number 6 is called Goblin Slayer, Goblin's Crown. Despite 2018's Goblin Slayer ending on a rather satisfying note that could have served as a conclusion for the anime adaptation, a film is set to debut in February 2020. This anime starts with Goblin Slayer and his party heading up to the snowy mountains in the north after receiving that request from the Sword Maiden. A small village gets attacked, they encounter a mysterious chapel, and something about how these goblins are acting bothers the Goblin Slayer. I'm going to take back everything that I've lost. This anime has a really good plot, and its action is well organized. Number 5 is called Fire Force Season 2, and in a world where people randomly burst into flames and have to be taken care of before they destroy everything around them, the Fire Force is one of humanity's last hopes. Shiner Akuzukabe has a troubled past, but wants to join the Fire Force to become a hero. This is Season 2 of his story. This season is definitely worth watching because the story progressed very well, and every action is well choreographed and features orgasmic sound production. Number 4 is called The Misfit of Demon King Academy. Anos Vildigord was a tyrannical demon king that eradicated humans, spirits, and even the gods, but became bored by eternal warfare and reincarnated with dreams of a peaceful world. After he sacrificed himself for peace, what awaited him in the rebirth after 2,000 years were descendants who became too weak after being accustomed to peace and all sorts of magic that declined to the extreme. Enos enters the Demon King Academy that gathers and educates those who are viewed as the reincarnation of the Demon King, but the Academy could not see through his true powers and ends up branding him as a misfit. This anime is worth watching because it's a straightforward story with good action scenes and compelling actors. Number 3 is Re:Zero second season. Re:Zero's first season did a great job of establishing Subaru Natsuki's plot while also getting the fans plenty invested in some series lead characters. But this series is famous for getting a gut punch again and again. Re:Zero second season explored much more than a typical isekai adventure and had Subaru struggle to save his friends, survive demonic threats, and grapple with his mortality and sense of purpose. Resurrection starts looking less after watching this anime. This anime was worth watching, drawing, and the effects were good. The music was amazing, probably even better than the last season, and the action was the same. Number 2 is called JUJUTSU KAISEN, and it is about the main character Yuji Itadori who immense physical strength that is something to behold, but he looks like an average teenager, and everyone in school wants to join clubs, but he rather spends time with his friend in the occult research club. One day, the club manages to get their hands on a sealed cursed object. Little do they know the terror they'll unleash when they break the seal. This anime is a must-watch because this anime has great character development for the main character and the supporting character, and this anime makes great use of wild settings and many other things. Number 1 is Attack on Titan, the final season. It's been 4 years since the Scout Regiment reached the shoreline, and the world looks different now. Things are heating up as the fate of the Scout Regiment, and the people of Paradise, are determined at last. However, Ren is missing. Will he reappear before age-old tensions between Marlians and Eldians result in the War of All Wars? This season is a must-watch because you will get answers to the many plots that were missing before, and this season is more full action than before. Please like and subscribe my channel for more updates. Comment your thought about the video.